Commander Zethkar of the Valorian Empire had seen many species kneel before the might of his fleet. The crystalline Nexari had surrendered within hours. The gas-borne Helium Lords had capitulated before a single shot was fired. Even the proud Drakmori warriors had eventually bent their serpentine necks in submission. But humans, these strange, bipedal mammals from the third planet of an unremarkable yellow star, they were supposed to be the easiest conquest yet. Sir, his tactical officer, a six-armed Cytherian, chittered nervously. The human delegation is requesting an audience. Zethkar's mandibles clicked in what passed for amusement among his kind. How quaint. Do they come bearing tribute, offering their unconditional surrender? No, sir. They say they want to discuss terms. The bridge erupted in what could only be described as alien laughter. 300 ships of the Valorian Armada hung in space around Earth like predatory vultures, each one capable of glassing continents. What terms could these primitives possibly discuss? Dr. Sarah Chen stepped aboard the flagship with nothing but a data pad and what appeared to be a small metal sphere. She was flanked by two other humans, a graying man in military uniform and a young woman whose eyes held an unsettling intensity. "I am Admiral Harrison," the military man said. "This is Dr. Chen, our lead physicist, and Dr. Reeves, our consultant." Zethkar towered over them, his exoskeleton gleaming under the bridge lights. "I am Commander Zethkar. You have 1 minute to surrender unconditionally before we demonstrate why 17 civilizations have learned to fear the Valorian name." Dr. Chen smiled, an expression that somehow made Zethkar's instincts scream warnings. "Commander, we appreciate the demonstration of your fleet's capabilities. Impressive anti-grav technology, fusion-based weaponry, quantum communications, very advanced for a Type 2.3 civilization." Type 2.3? Zethkar's translator struggled with the unfamiliar classification. "Oh, did we not mention? Did we?" Dr. Reeves spoke for the first time, her voice carrying an odd harmonic. "We've been watching you, your species, your empire, your expansion. We've been cataloging civilizations across this galactic arm for quite some time." The Cytherian tactical officer's sensors began chirping frantically. "Sir, I'm detecting massive energy signatures forming around the planet. Something's wrong with our readings. The quantum fields are fluctuating in impossible patterns." Dr. Chen activated her data pad. "Commander, we tried the diplomatic approach first. We sent signals, offered trade, suggested peaceful coexistence. But your response was to bring a war fleet to our doorstep." She paused, studying the sphere in her palm. "We really hoped it wouldn't come to this." "Come to what?" Zethkar demanded, but his confidence was beginning to crack. "To showing you what a Type 4.7 civilization looks like when you threaten their homeworld." The view screen exploded with impossible light. Around Earth, space itself began to bend. Not metaphorically, literally. The very fabric of space-time twisted like taffy, creating geometric impossibilities that made the bridge crew's optical organs ache. "That's not possible," whispered the navigation officer. "Matter cannot, space doesn't." Admiral Harrison stepped forward. 300 years ago, we thought faster-than-light travel was impossible. 200 years ago, we thought manipulating quantum foam was fantasy. 50 years ago, we thought dimensional folding was purely theoretical. The Valorian fleet's mighty ships began to list as gravitational fields fluctuated wildly around them. Weapon systems failed, as the fundamental constants they relied upon shifted. Communication arrays went silent as the electromagnetic spectrum itself seemed to rebel against their technology. "We are human," Dr. Chen continued, her voice carrying clearly despite the chaos engulfing the fleet. "We are the species that saw fire and decided to tame it. We looked at the sky and built wings. We stared into the atom and split it apart. We gazed at the stars and decided they were not distant lights, but destinations." Dr. Reeves raised her hand, and the metal sphere began to glow. Around it, local reality rippled like water. "Every law of physics you think is inviolable? We've found the loopholes. Every cosmic force you consider immutable? We've learned to rewrite its source code." The sphere pulsed, and 300 warships found themselves elsewhere. Not destroyed, not damaged, but translated through folded space to a region exactly 17 light-years away, in perfect formation, completely functional, but entirely. "Stranded, you called us primitive," Admiral Harrison said to the now empty space where the fleet had been. "You looked at our wooden ships from 1,000 years ago, our chemical rockets from centuries past, and assumed that was the limit of human achievement." Dr. Chen's fingers danced across her datapad, and Earth's defensive grid, invisible until this moment, briefly shimmered into existence. Structures that defied three-dimensional geometry surrounded the planet like a gossamer web of crystallized mathematics. "But that's the thing about humans, Commander," she said to the quantum communicator that still connected them across impossible distances. "We don't just adapt to the universe, we make the universe adapt to us." The sphere in Dr. Reeves's hand went dark, and normal space-time reasserted itself around Earth. In the distance, Zethkar's voice crackled through the calm, filled with something that might have been awe. "What? What do you want from us?" "The same thing we wanted before you brought weapons to our door," Admiral Harrison replied. "Trade, knowledge exchange, peaceful coexistence. But now the terms are different." Dr. Chen smiled again, and this time it was warm, almost maternal. "We're not conquerors, Commander. We're explorers, scientists, dreamers. We prefer cooperation to domination, but we will not be conquered by those who mistake kindness for weakness." "Return to your empire," Dr. Reeves added, the metal sphere now resting quietly in her palm. "Tell them you have encountered the humans. Tell them we are not primitive. Tell them we are not to be underestimated." "And tell them," Admiral Harrison concluded, "that Earth stands ready to welcome friends, but has little patience for would-be conquerors." As the quantum link closed, leaving the three humans alone on the empty bridge, Dr. Chen turned to her colleagues. "Think they'll spread the word?" Dr. Reeves chuckled, pocketing the sphere that had just rewritten the laws of physics for 17 star systems. "Oh, I'm quite certain the galaxy is about to learn some very interesting things about humanity." Outside the viewports, Earth continued, its ancient rotation, serene and beautiful, protected by technologies that made gods of mortals and turned the impossible into the inevitable. After all, they were only human.